2007, before the Great Recession, there was nearly 400,000 individuals earning $1 million or more in the United States. In the recession in 2009, there was still 236,000 individuals who earned more than $1 million in the USA. Other research states, a rough estimate, 90 out of 100 men and women obtaining this income level were self-made. Little to no inheritance. Almost all have college degrees. Men are the majority of the field, and most all own or started their own business or work for a large business. An income of $380,000 or more qualified as the 1% means they earn more than 99% out of 100% of Americans. Question of the top 1% in the USA? What happened to those hundreds of thousands of rich and the ones we should have added? Business owners. Who should have grown business to be worth more? Tens of millions or hundreds or more? Billions. More? They raised taxes and left taxes high, killing growth. By now, they would have grown exponentially, creating new jobs, and being taxed more and more taxes coming in. High taxes, no growth. Created a bad economy. How long have we been killing the economy too long? We wouldn't have had to gone in debt, borrowed money. In the 1990s, the USA had made $60 trillion profit from what? Where does the government get its money from? Investments and its investment markets it already holds. Trillions in. The government invested and invests money in stocks, corporations, their own profit ventures. Making trillions of dollars profit. Owning big corporations through stocks and markets and investment which they keep. There is enough where we would never have to pay tax again. If we cashed out, if we invested some to continue, there is enough the government could pay us money and run the government for free. Proof. Just read the comprehensive annual financial reports from the government, their second set of books, and in markets the government has $600 trillion in derivatives market owning it. We could end taxation. Here are some plans to do so over time and boom the economy markets and put the money in the hands of the people. Solutions that even the government can get behind. If the money they put back into a business for jobs or invest back into business and for insurance or paid leave, give deductions or tax cuts by 4% for money that they don't take out, and reinvest. And for lower incomes they can invest what they want voluntary and receive tax credits and returns for doing so or tax cuts deductions for what they invest. Later, overseas money made. Charge 10% investment tax to bring it to USA. State taxes can remain. Eventually converted to investment credits and made voluntary, or whatever the state wants to do. Its people. No luxury tax, or increase of value tax, or no property tax. Increase investment. Then the people in the country will be worth more paying less tax, growing the resources of our country and its economy, increasing our worth so then you just assesses the value of the country through the dollar currency and create a budget of what we can afford as a nation to do. Assessment is printing money without taxing the people based on the value of the country. Printing which the people honor just like taxes. The people back the currency. The work gets done. They use the currency. Value goes up, you limit it by numbers. Never spending more than certain percent of worth like taxes. The people vote on that. Do logistics budget. Projects go up because the investor has say-so on projects they have invested in, or groups of investors. Unions. Creating more jobs. And the government can keep some of the profits and continue to invest. Banks create money from deposits on a computer and invent money and loan 10 times more than they have. At least assessment would be based on value estimate of worth and a limit number. Use small percent of what we can do. Lower taxes from current 2016 rates. All. Social Security should be there for everyone when they need it. Everyone should get some benefits, or least what they pay and more deserve. Everyone should get something. And it's your money. Everyone should have the right to have it when they want it, or need it, have some paid to them in dividends, early, and if you're older or need it even if you took out the money, you should still be entitled to Social Security payment benefits for sane or fair amount. Those that left it in longer, when getting it back, should get extra. Full return in more. Longer gets more. Little extra. And still have write-offs, deductions, charity, refunds, exemptions. Stuff as normal. For everyone. Communist socialism, when you think of their taxes, you think of 80% tax. Or so America is already there 39% federal income tax. About 10% state taxes, including local tax, for a small business paying 6% for Social Security tax, all of which is paid to government to hold for employees. Later in life, half of it comes from employees or citizens' paycheck, another 6%, then 3% medical, held till age 65. Except the medical percent of it, if they qualify to get it. Then, unless they are disabled or special in some way, to get early, extra benefits, SSI2, then sales tax 10% when they spend it. Property tax, gas tax. Think of retail stores, their business is taxed 10% on their sales. Car places have car taxes, investment taxes, death taxes, luxury taxes, on wealth, capital gains and other taxes, already at 63% tax, and people with a value-added tax. VAT is a type of consumption tax that is placed on a product whenever value is added at a stage of production and at final sale. And the markets want to eliminate all deductions, take the cap off FICA, Social Security taxes, with just 39% Fed, 10% state, 15% Social Security, and 10% sales tax. We're at 63% or more without refunds, deductions. We would be in bad shape. Then all the other tax, practically nothing left. And higher, newer taxes government wants to place. This is not capitalism. Car taxes, investment taxes, death taxes, luxury taxes, on wealth, capital gains and other taxes. We need to eliminate it. No VAT tax and no property tax. Keep deductions, no raise in Social Security taxes, lower. Turn it into savings investment accounts instead for medical too. And give medical benefits. Take care of people fully. And deducted insurance. Medicare, Medicaid, others from the Social Security taxes, already paid, to cover it. Government covers the rest. Even if the investment losses, government can still pay Social Security income to them guaranteed. For paying sales tax, tax for poor people in poverty, making under $35,000 a year, give them a discount card so they don't pay sales tax. Figure it up. Or at least a refund of all that money, and then lower and eliminate all taxes. Except keep Social Security, or if enough, have government cover all costs, under assessments, programs, free Social Security, benefits of government. Rate single filers and sole proprietor business rates, married joint filers and head of household filers. 10% tax rates vary from 10%, 10 to 13,000, 15%, 9 to 50,000, 25%, 37,000 to 130,000, 28%, 91,000 to 210,000, 33%, 190,000 to 413,000. 35%, 413,000 to 441,000, 39.5%, 415,000 to 466,000 plus estimate current 2016 rates, with single payers paying higher tax than married joint filers, and heads of households. Corporations pay similar tax rates depending on the type of corporation and how the money is used, divided. Different structure. If someone in the poor goes bankrupt, don't have enough, they can get government loan, or have their taxes waived, pay no tax that year until doing better. Not paying a government loan won't be punishable. It can be waived, or broken down manageable if possible. Patient. Unlimited time or forgiven. If government invests and takes care of people medically when they're young, it will help them sooner, keep them healthy, and that saves funds. New tax plan: a flat 20% tax for those making over $100,000 a year for everyone, including business, even corporations. Kept for 8 years to 16 years, or as long as we still feel we need taxes, or can afford not to. Tax. Married joint filers, head of household filers. Each new tax bracket has the same system of each single filers and sole proprietor business rates. Married joint filers and head of household filers varying rates for less tax on the brackets, and the old 2016 25% bracket should pay zero tax. Those making less than $100,000 a year including business pay no tax. Married joint filers and head of household filers, partners, business, other pay that pay taxes pay less 5% to 15% for voluntary, a one set stock price fee of maybe 10% profits for going through more profitable government stock, with no tax on the investment profits, with maybe a fee for doing business with government. Small, or they get government project credits worth 3% of the 10. And they vote on how that is spent, the 3%, and keep voluntary investments to government or through forever as long as the people want it. Let's invest 25% of all taxes and make profit like the government always does. Appoint representatives, elect them to help run the investments, and they hire people under them to run it. Pool the money invested, all pay the people dividends on profits and full payments of their 25% invested the profits, but only give them 35% of the profits. Government keeps 65%, but they can reinvest that money through same system and receive full profits, full amount, and profits for a fee of 10% of the profits to government. That's it. Everyone making and paying tax gets a $7,000 automatic mutual fund or 401k or stock credited to them that they personally manage. And let's take 25% of tax and give people credits and a vote on how that 25% is spent in government on projects or other. To bless them, they can either vote with a pool or other for what 25% of their tax money goes to. 35% for people, 65% to governor, or dividends split between people and government of all the investment money returns of the 25% invested whole. People can donate to projects freely, a projected already voted on an area to fund. The government made in 2007 $5 trillion from taxes, $9 trillion from investment and enterprise. So let's lower taxes and raise investments by USA by a quarter and give the people something and get out of debt with major profits and run this country with it.